Welcome back to Super Trax. When we left, the field of modified tractors in the Superdome had been whittled down from 9 to 2. John Heilman in Ohio Gold and Steve Jaske in Miller High Life are about to prove which one is the baddest tractor in New Orleans. Here's our bad boy, Scott Douglas.
1-on-1. It's a heavyweight showdown in the 7,200-pound modified tractor pulling championship. The pull-off at the Superdome. John Heilman's Ohio Gold, Steve Jaske's Miller High Life. They are going to go to war. Ohio Gold had a super pull the first time out to lay down a full pull past the 210-foot mark. He's coming back now out of Rockford, Ohio to try and do it again.
Oh, the track is a little rough. I think it'll get better. I think we'll do real good in the pull-off. Everything's going to be good. It's first hook, just wasn't sure what to expect, but it ran good. Is your machine working the way you wanted to? Not exactly. We're going to do better next time.
We'll find out because they've left the weight the same in the sled. They're just going to measure how far he can pull it. There's no more full pull. It's how far can you take it. Look at that. He muscled it out again past what would have been a full pull earlier. So Steve Jaske has got his work cut out for him. John Heilman looks like he goes a little farther the second time around. Again, they did not add any weight to the sled. They said, guys, to see how far you can take it, the checkered flag at the end of the track is the 210-foot mark, and that was previously a full pull. Heilman goes well past that mark, as you can see right here at the end of the run. The Ohio Gold is looking strong in the Superdome. One more time. 5 Rodeck engine combinations, the Angler chassis and the superlative puller, John Heilman. A super combination here at the Superdome. Well, you're just not going to do it any better than that. Or at least not much better than that. Steve Jaske hopes he can find enough to get past it. He's got his work cut out for him, though, at 214 feet, 10.5 inches for Ohio Gold. Now, you'll remember the first time through, Jaske had a strong run going and actually had to shut it down just as he got to the full pull mark, so he could do a little better.
Miller High Life tractor, how did it feel out there? Front end was just about right. Maybe got to get after a little bit faster. Track come real good, got real good speed up. I was a little late with the throttle. All right, how's it look for the rest of the races? Is your vehicle working okay? And I hope so. It's every time that I venture down the track, you never know for sure what's going to happen. Parts are parts. Sometimes they break, but we'll get our fingers crossed. We'll see what we can do in the pull-off.
Again, Jaske clearly thinks he can beat what he did earlier. He'll have to if he's going to knock Heilman off here. He's got to go past 214 feet. And it's not going to happen for him. Steve Jaske short of the 200-foot mark here in the Superdome today. We'll watch it again on the replay. But John Heilman's the man who's going to walk out of the Superdome with the big trophy. All the way to the far left-hand side of the track as the driver faces it. Jaske tries to just drift a little towards the middle. He didn't have any problem keeping his tractor straight this time because of that, but clearly did not have the horsepower he needed to take it out the back end. One more time, we'll look at Steve Jaske and Miller High Life. Still, although disappointed he didn't get the win, Jaske will finish second because he was one of only 2 competitors who could make it into the pull-off after the first round of competition. Just not quite enough today to knock off the veteran out of Rockford, Ohio. Steve Jaske wrapping up his pull, but your winner is John Heilman and Ohio Gold at 214 feet. The pull for Jaske came in at 192 feet, 10 3/4 inches. So in the Superdome, John Heilman's Ohio Gold Rodeck-powered machine out of Rockford, Ohio, beat Steve Jaske and the Miller High Life out of Oconomowoc, Wisconsin.
John Heilman, you're the big winner here at the Superdome in the tractor pull. Tell us how you feel. Oh, it feels great. When you come into the Superdome in New Orleans and, you know, we're watching professional sports out of here, and we come in here and be number 1 and run against the competition. We ran against the night, and what more can you say? You know, it's great. Many champions have played here in the Dome, and now you're one of them. Oh, yeah, you know, you look around this Dome, and it's just magnificent. It's something, it's really a piece of work, and to come in here and run where the champions run, you know, and be number 1. What more can you say? The boy had the tractor set up perfect, and strategy worked, and great.
John Heilman, Ohio Gold, your champion in New Orleans on Super Trax.
So Ohio Gold wins by about 22 feet in U.S. Hot Rod Association pulling from New Orleans. Congratulations to John Heilman from all the fans here on Super Trax. Now, before we roll out those big old monster trucks, we're going to show you a different kind of monster. This one breathes fire and eats cars and even stars in movies. You won't want to miss our next feature coming up on Super Trax. Welcome back, everybody. You'll definitely want to take my advice, and you'll want to get your tickets early so you'll have a good seat when the U.S. Hot Rod Association sponsors monster truck racing or mutters or pulling in your neighborhood, especially if Robosaurus is part of the show. What is Robosaurus, you ask? Watch this.
Basically our three original creators, Gary Cerveny, Doug Malwicki, and myself. Doug Malwicki is the engineering brains of the whole operation. He was sitting with another engineer at his job at Northrop working on the B-1 bomber project, and the two of them had a discussion where they just said, boy, wouldn't it be neat to build a full-size transformer? And from there it just went on. We sat down with artists and started sketching out different ideas, and this is what we've ended up with. Robosaurus is an amazing creature. It took over 2 years to put Robosaurus together and a little over $2.1 million. He has 34 hydraulic rams. He's run by a 440-horse twin-turbocharged Cummins diesel engine. And with all that power, he can do pretty much anything he wants. Breathing of the fire is done by two hot air balloon burners located in his nose, which are fed by two 20-gallon propane tanks. And that is activated by basically a couple of spark plugs. He's really a pussycat as long as you keep him fed right. We like to feed him large, full-size cars. We used to try some smaller import cars, but he'd be hungry again an hour later. Robosaurus is going to star in his very own movie. It was produced with Universal Television, and we have high hopes for it. It's a very good movie, and it has a very interesting storyline. It's based in the near future, and it's a story about the love of a father for his son, and the two of them have built a small model Robosaurus, and the father develops the ability to bring this model into its full-size mode, as you see it here, Robosaurus, that can then go out and do in the bad guys.
If you've never seen Robosaurus in person, you owe it to yourself to go the next chance you get. Believe me, seeing it in person is simply awesome. I mean, that thing is huge. Speaking of huge, our next stop on Super Trax is Oakland, California, where 6 big, bad monster trucks go at it on an indoor track. Stay with us.